There's been a major revelation on the Hudson River helicopter crash overnight, with data from the FFA revealing the aircraft had experienced mechanical issues as recently as September. It comes as witnesses describe the helicopter flipping and spiralling out of control before plunging into the cold New York waters on Friday, tragically killing 6 people, including 3 children. So sad. For more, we're joined by aviation expert Richard de Crespigny. Great to have you with us, Richard. So what's the latest on this investigation at the moment?
Well, Shervo, the videos of the aircraft flying along the Hudson show the aircraft flying, it's straight, but then it twisted. And to me, it's similar to an incident that happened in the 80s in the Australian Air Force, actually, with a Bell Huey aircraft. And it looks like it may have been, to me, we won't know until the final report's out. It looked like the drive shaft or the tail rotors failed, the aircraft has twisted, and then it ends up with a terrible mast bump, perhaps, and a separation. So the FAA had actually put out a requirement less than a year ago for all the Bell 206s, which is this type of jet ranger, to have their tail rotors and the tail drive shafts inspected or replaced. And so this may be related to that.
Yeah, we know that it had recent mechanical issues back in September. When you hear that and the fact that it could have been preventable, that's upsetting, isn't it?
Well, if that's exactly what happened, perhaps, but we don't know. And aircraft receive maintenance all the time, particularly helicopters. Helicopters are just waiting to crash in all directions. So helicopter pilots are always looking down because that's where they think they're going to go. So the helicopter pilot, I think, he was an ex-Marine. We can't question him. Perhaps there was history. We don't know. We have to wait for the final report. But it certainly appears that it was a mechanical failure and the pilot really had no means to salvage the flight.
Richard, the other thing that blows me away reading about this is the fact that it doesn't have a flight recorder, that helicopter either, or onboard cameras. So potentially we won't really know unless somehow they can go through that twisted metal and find out. Should these helicopters, these tourist aircraft, have a flight recorder, mandatory, and also to potentially some onboard camera?
Shervo, the first thing we have to understand is for the recreation industry, for the small tourist industry, we have less safety requirements than we do when we fly a commercial jet. We have to understand the risks are high when we go in these small aircraft. So yes, to try and save the cost for the industry, it's not a requirement to have a data recorder. But look, I think it's going to be really easy and very fast for the NTSB, the investigators, to find out what's gone wrong. It should be very fast and very simple to work out the process, and we should work out a way to hopefully stop it happening again. Yeah,
absolutely. Try and prevent it, because we know a lot of Australian tourists, they do that exactly that thing in helicopters when they get to New York as a tourist. Richard, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Shervo.